Well, there's a few people eating at the restaurant, surprisingly. Yeah, they're doing quite well. Almost midday, I guess. Got the lunch crowd. I'm just going to take a leisurely walk down to the Viettel store and try to get things sorted, because I tried sending an SMS, a text. I did actually get one successfully sent, but now it appears as if it's blocked. That might be this. I haven't topped up the SIM card, but I also want to find out how I can keep this SIM card active for a whole year, because apparently there is a way of doing it, and the people at the convenience stores just don't know enough about the product to be able to help. So really need to basically get knowledge from the people at Viettel. So I'll go to the Viettel store and get that sorted. Fair walk, it's about 1.7k, so fair way down the road. It's actually not sunny, at least it's okay that way. Just a bit overcast, so feels warm, mind you, but it's okay. I'll just take my time getting there, no great rush, and then we'll see. Oh god, I'm in the tourist area. You can tell they're always trying to get bloody people to use bikes and whatever. You've got to be joking. I've got to grab. There's no way of doing this. If I'm going to be using bikes, it'll be through Grab. Oh, that's all sorted, thank God. That 6-digit pin I've got sorted out too, so everything's working with Grab. So I know Saigon reasonably well, at least the central part. It's pretty quiet. Actually, I don't think there's many people staying at the place that I've booked, the 138 home. It seems pretty quiet. It's a quirky place, interesting place, but I'll tell you what, if I have breakfast tomorrow, I won't have it so close to the road, because it is so smoggy. It is just absolutely clogged with traffic in the morning, so I'll be coming a lot further back off the road to where it's a little less smog. Oh, Google Maps is coming in handy yet again. That's a nice old building there. This is actually just down near the end where the metro's being built. But I was in the road across that way, which is closer to Beauvais, but this one goes right down for quite some way. Once you're on this road, it's basically the Viettel store is on the right hand side of several blocks down the road. It's quite easy once you're on this road. So I wouldn't have picked that if I was actually doing Google Maps. I would have been on the road running parallel, and I would have veered off a bit to the right. So it saves me a bit of leg walking, which is good. It's a good resource. It worked for me really well in Spain. Oh, you can feel the heat already. That's good out and walk and get a bit of sweat though. You appreciate your aircon when you get home. When I was just got back from got that money exchanged, just a local Viet girl just walked past me as I was counting my money, just said, "Be careful, be careful." The locals think everybody here's a thief, a potential thief. They're quite paranoid. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I've never had problems like that myself. But I guess you've got to listen to locals. Local knowledge is important. Other thing I forgot to mention is that that strange woman who kept leaving the gap at the visa on arrival counter, she turned up to actually collect her passport with a friend or a companion, whatever, another woman, looked a bit hippie-ish, and both of this woman was under the impression she'd already paid her $25 American stamping fee to a travel agent, which sounds like they must have been totally dodgy, the travel agent, because of course the people of visa on arrival had no idea what they're talking about, and they had to pay $25 each up front themselves again. Of course, that's the road I think goes down to Beauvais there, I recall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is it there. But I just got to keep going directly down here. Actually, it's not that far away, this place. It's closer than I thought it was. I know we're not that far now. And it's not pissing down rain like it was last trip when I came there. So it'd be good. Hopefully these people give me a clarification where I stand with this this SIM card. Do I need to top it up every month or whatever? Just want to know why I'm getting this message. So anyway, we'll see. At least it's aircon in there too. This is a real commercial road down here. Well, I got everything sorted at Viettel. Looks like I'm going to have to pay about a minimum of about 70,000 dong per month to have around 3 gig of data, which is about it's about what all I need. I also paid 50,000 for the to keep the SIM card active for a whole year. So that's been done now. I thought I was supposed to get 50,000 changed for 100,000 bill, but I didn't seem to get it off her, so I think I got ripped off. But it was all very confusing. And the main thing is that the SIM card should stay active until the end of the year now, or almost the end of next year, November next year. So that's good. And there was actually an Australian couple who were actually sitting next to me, and the guy wanted some tips on where to eat. It's his first day in their first day in Vietnam, and they're here for 2 weeks. So I couldn't give him anything off the top of my head. I'll have to give them the addresses, but I got his email, so I'll send that through and give him some tips. Yeah, there's a lot of Aussies here. Hopefully I might have a nap in the afternoon before I hit the bars. Now I've got my money all sorted. And, well, that was interesting. It's this really elderly woman. She's really stooped and really elderly with a walking stick. She was going to go across the road, and she's probably shouldn't be out by herself, I don't think. But this guy on a push bike, local Vietnamese guy, came to help her across the road, because I was watching her myself and thinking, oh no, she's going to be okay getting across the road by herself. But he took her hand and he actually took her across the road, which is really nice of him. So, yeah, much real struggle for someone like that day to day. But it's good to see a local person help her out anyway. Now I'm off to number 5 bar. I just established the hard way how late that place is open to 138, the 138 home, and apparently they've got security on the front 24 hours, so I can actually get access to my room anytime. So that's good to know. But I asked the receptionist up on the 5th floor. She didn't have a clue. Well, she couldn't speak enough English to actually understand what I was asking. So that was a bit of a dead loss. So, but the manager there, he understood enough, so I could actually convey that. I'm surprised, because you think a few people would have asked them in the past, a few guests, but apparently not. Again, I think there's only 1 or 2 of us actually staying there. I don't think there's many people staying at all. It's very quiet. Oh, well, we'll see what number 5's like. It's very hot and cold, that bar. Could be a total dud night, or it could be good. You just never know. But at least it'd be nice to have a beer. So, and indulge in the happy hour again. So we'll see. It's good that I can actually walk there rather than having to get on the back of a bike. So I think it's only be about a 10-minute walk there or so.
Well, I've learnt my lesson. Well, no, I haven't learnt my lesson at all. I've learnt my lesson, one lesson anyway, that is to sit back away from the throng there at the main road. You see, it's quite a nice day by the looks of things. Had a very wild night. After a very sedate first night here, when I was just basically needed sleep, I went out, hit the bars, went to number 5 bar. That was okay. Didn't buy any ladies' drinks. I'll have to do that at some stage, because I know I'll be treated like a leper if I don't. There's actually a really nice member to the team. She's only been there for 1 week. She's from the Mekong Delta, and she's a real cutie. And she virtually speaks no English, but she'll pick it up very quickly. They just have to. It's the easier. It's the tough love school of basically things thrown in the deep end when it comes to language, and they just have to learn because it's about their money and everything. So they just So I'll be very surprised I don't see an amazing progression in her language skills. She was actually chatting very freely with a Viet guy. She was obviously relieved to be able to speak someone in her own language. And I know how she feels because I've been in exactly the same boat with English in Spain, for instance. So yeah, it's totally understandable. But she's gorgeous. She's a lovely girl. I went to a couple of other bars, and I went to I went to the rock bar, and true to their name, they do play rock music. I only had one drink there because it was a bit dead as a bar at that stage, but that was just after happy hour, and that was about 7:30 at night. So it's early days, and things don't generally start happening in the bars in Saigon in the CBD area until about probably about 9 o'clock onwards. 9 to 10 they start warming up. That's not the fault of the bar, but they were playing Akadaka, so kudos to them. Now, I'll go back there. But the gold mine I hit was, I hit a couple of gold mines last night. It was a damn good night, and I'm surprised I'm not totally clean out of money, but I'm not. I went to the office, and the revelation there was they now have a pool table, and a good pool table. And I played some bloody good pool with a bar girl, and she was also a good player. Well, not a good player, but she was quite decent at it. And we were very, very competitive. We were very close when it came to confidence. So it was a really good night. And of course, I bought her a few ladies' drinks, and I finished up the night by popping into the Tequila bar. Actually, I couldn't have been that pissed because I remember exactly where I went. And that looked like it was going to be a bit of a dud compared to the old Tequila, but it changed. Thank you. It changed very quickly to a very interesting night. There was the girls that would initially talk to me weren't particularly enthralling. Not their fault, just I just wasn't attracted to them. And then they said in the pants division, as it were. And she got me straight away, and I bought her a few ladies' drinks. But she was pretty full on, and that was an interesting nightcap. That's all I can say. So there you go. It was a good night. I won't go into all the sordid details. They weren't that sordid, but.
Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.